What's up, everybody? It's me coming at you again. I just want everybody to know I'm gonna drop this video tonight. I worked all day and kind of tired, but it's okay. First of all, I want to say that I don't want nobody thinking I dropped these videos in order to glamorize prison or glamorize gangbanging or glamorize any type of dumb, stupid, violent activity. I drop these videos so that what some youngster it will reach. I'm not saying if it reach, it will reach. And before he grab that thing and want to spark somebody, that's a word we used to use back in the days, you know what I'm saying? From to light somebody up, you know what I'm saying? With that thing, y'all know what I'm talking about. Flame that ass, spark him, whatever you want to call it. When we used to do that, it's going to make him think twice. You know, that because of my video and what he's heard and the things that I'm about to start doing, you know what I'm saying, inside the community. But he'll think twice before he make that decision because it's more that comes to that than just what he's about to do. And something I want to touch on so y'all can know what type of individual I am is I've never been one to just listen and go for anything that's said. I always try to make moves and make changes. And I jump back and forth on my prison stay because that's the way I choose to do it. I'm going to touch on something that somewhat funny but somewhat serious. And then I used to always butt heads with the warden. The NAACP decided that they was going to implement chapters inside of the prisons. They needed a president, a vice president, everything you need to put that organization together, but inside the prisons. And they have them, and they made it. So I decided, well, I'm going to run for the chapter president of this NAACP chapter from inside the prison. And we're going to call ourselves, if I win, the Jericho chapter, because I published a magazine called Jericho. And the reason I published a magazine called Jericho is because it's breaking down the walls. If you look in the Bible and read up on Jericho, then you'll be familiar with what I'm telling you. But so when I did that, and I went and I ran for this presidency of this prison chapter of the NAACP, I received a lot of support in trying to get this done. You know, I received a lot of support from Kwasi Mfume, Mary, Miss Brown. I forgot her name. She was the secretary of the NAACP. Kwasi Mfume, y'all know, was the president of the NAACP at one time. These people helped me, and different people donated to our chapter, like Lisa Bonet. She donated a couple of dollars to us because I was trying to do some things. Queen Latifah, she donated funds to us. Different people, different famous people, stars, and then things of that nature. I can't recall everybody. I'm going to have to start pulling out the different letters and the correspondence that I put together to get to them. But anyway, there was this warden. Fuck it. His name was Baca. And he always butted heads with me because I was trying to get things done. Because I had landed in NSP after so many years. And by this time, I done climbed the ladder as far as prison go. You know what I'm saying? I done climbed the ladder and got the juice and the clout. You know, I done did some things, saw some things, whatever the case may be. So I got this chapter in NAACP of Jericho in there. And I'm doing things, but every move I make, this warden seems to know. He know the codes to the NAACP computers. He know what I'm doing, what programs I want to put together, what I'm planning, and all these things here. And I cannot figure out how this man continuously know these things. So I decided that I wanted to get this dog program inside the prison because one of my partners in there named Soup Bone, he said, man, I would love to have me a dog, you know what I'm saying? Soup Bone been in there for like 30 years. Soup Bone probably is going to die in there, sad to say. But Soup Bone was an older white dude, you know what I'm saying, about their life, and it was just sad, you know what I'm saying? And he came to me, but I said, you know what, I probably can try to make that happen, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the reason why I got the NAACP presidency, because I wanted to make some things happen, and I figured I could unite the whites, the blacks, the Mexicans, to push for something, you know what I'm saying, positive, instead of just wanting to do things and kill each other and stab each other every day. And that's what I did, but I'll get more in depth into that later. But back to this warden, he used to look like a Planters peanut man to me, you know what I'm saying? But because he was little and he had this Napoleon complex, and he hated that I was able to get things done with the whites, the blacks, the Mexicans, and the islanders. Islanders, if y'all don't know, in prison, we call them islanders because it's a group of individuals that might be Filipino, uh, they might be Samoan, Tongan, Asian, so any type of Asian culture. They hung together. So I said, okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the gardens. I'm gonna get the gardens. NAACP gonna help fund the gardens through the other groups in the prisons. For each ethnic group gonna have a garden inside the prison. I know y'all like, wow, how you get garden in prison? You'd be surprised. All these killers came together, and we had the gardens in the prisons. He allowed me to do that and bring in, ship the fertilizer in, and all this stuff. So now all these killers is growing tomatoes, lettuce, cucumbers, garlic, and he like, wow, this is really working. But all the time he don't really like me like that, you know what I'm saying? But you see, I'm making things happen, and I'm unifying the inmate population. So uh, they growing so many things, and we eating fresh vegetables and we eating fresh salads. I'd be like, Subone always bringing me some garlic and some fresh lettuce and cucumbers and peppers. All love it. Everybody love to grow the peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, the hottest peppers. So many individuals I can't even begin to name. They was doing the thing. So then I got in contact with these people from the dog organization where they euthanize the dogs at. And I said, you ain't got to euthanize these dogs. Bring them in, let us train them. Uh, and we'll have the dogs for a period of time. And if they pass the test when y'all come back, bam, then y'all won't euthanize the dog. You know what I'm saying? And so we ended up getting these dogs in, our first group of dogs in, and everything went lovely. We was able to get the dogs in some cages, and I got it approved where if the dog needed to use the bathroom, they would let us out at any time of night to let the dog go out, use the bathroom, clean up after the dog go back in his cell. But some individuals, you know, they became so attached to their dog when it was time for the rotation of dogs to have to go. They was angry because they was like, man, I love this dog, but they knew what the deal was to begin with. When you got these dogs, we just helping the, free people with these dogs so they don't have to euthanize them and training them and calming them down and stopping them from being vicious killers. Vicious killers like the people in the prison. Calm them down so anybody could change just like a dog could change. And so we had to keep the rotation going of the dogs. But in the process of doing these gardens, these dogs and all this warden Baca just kept at me, like he just thought I was doing something corrupt. And I was not doing anything corrupt. I'm just a straight across the board individual, and anybody that knows me knows that's how I am. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I can't figure out how this dude know every move, and he want to come take my computers now because I put the codes on there. Yeah, I put the goddamn code. I put the codes on there for a reason because I didn't want them involved in what we was doing because I want to implement a reading and writing program because a lot of dudes in there, inmates, black, white, Mexican, whatever, couldn't read and write. So I wanted to start a program where we help them learn how to read and write and do these things. And if I get enough computers, I can implement this, which I did. Got my office inside the prison. I know y'all like, wow, how did he do that? It was donations, you know what I'm saying? A lot of donations from a lot of upstanding people. And then I had the backing of, at the time, the prison director. She was all for it, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, whatever governor was, I forgot, he was all for it, you know what I'm saying? Anything that deals with really changing a prisoner's life to where rehabilitation is possible, because prison don't rehabilitate you. You have to rehabilitate yourself. And once again, I'm going to tell you about prison can either be a casket or a college. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's a casket or a college. And people utilize it for one or the other. You know what I'm saying? casket, meaning they learn how to continue on with the criminality and try to sharpen up their tools of how they're going to do more crime out there and better crime. No such thing, but people subscribe to that. Or you're going to get into that knowledge and take advantage of the educational system in there, the programs that they do have in there. So I'm implementing these programs doing this. And this dude get mad because I wanted to get it approved for us to have movies in the prison and things of that nature, and he wasn't going for it. So I took it upon myself. I wrote the prison director and the governor and got it approved myself. Got it approved for them to come in and bring us the computers, we needed and things of that nature. And so he, like I said, this dude, this warden had a complex. He had a Napoleon complex, and he was always on me like I was doing something corrupt, like I was just about to do some things that was not right, and that was incorrect. So he come one day after I get all this stuff approved, and he say he come call me out my cell, them escort me down to the front, because I was in one of the oldest prisons in the United States, and that was NSP at the time. You can look up Nevada State Prisons, Carson City. It's in Carson City. And he was angry, boy. He called me down there. They escorted me down there, just like a movie, you know what I'm saying? And I went down there, and he tell me, this is my effing prison. You don't run nothing. You don't own nothing in here. And furthermore, you ain't never going home, so your ass is going to always be mine. You done? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at him like, you done? Anyway, so what did I do wrong? You mad? You wouldn't approve it. I gave you opportunity to approve these things. You wouldn't approve it. So I wouldn't be above your head and got it approved. So now you mad. So the people came marching in with the computers and stuff like that. The people from NAACP and other little groups that was helping us marched in. They told them they had told that warden at that time to let them in with the computers and things of that nature. And boom, they let us in. As soon as they got them computers in, I got them all set up and everything. The man gonna come and say, I want him locked up and I want him put in a hole. For what? What you put me in a hole for? He put me in the hole, and NSP is one of the oldest prisons, like I was telling you. And the hole there is next to the cave. You can look at any old movie with Nevada State Prison was on, and you'll see I could put my feet on the wall while I'm sitting on my bunk. That's how small this hole is. And I'm like, it's cool. I sit in this hole. So I done told my brother Mikhail, that was my vice president. He come back there to see me, and I was like, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know, the next move we gonna do and positive wise and what we gonna do next. I shouldn't be in this hole too long. And we're gonna shoot out a letter to our people and let them know I'm in the hole so they can make some phone calls and get me about the hole and stuff like that. No, I need some water. So my brother Mikhail and really good brothers I had surrounding me. I can't think of their names at this time, but I'm gonna get to it as it go on. So I've been sitting in this little room and I'm thinking in my mind, how does he keep finding out everything I do, anything I do? He got the codes to the computers, all this stuff, and it finally dawned on me how he figured this stuff out, everything I was doing, even though it was all positive and it was nothing negative and it was nothing, wasn't plotting to take over the prison. Everybody just liked me because when you are born, I don't know, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say leader, people gravitate towards that. I don't care if you white, black, Mexican, whoever it is, you don't have to like a person, but you can respect them to the utmost. And that's what it was. But I figured out how he knew everything that I was doing in that prison, what I was doing, with every move I was making, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time I'm doing all this, I'm wondering and wondering and wondering till I finally figured it out. If you want to know how I figured it out and how he knew, got to be in my next video because it's late. I got to go to work, but I'm going to come back with y'all another video tomorrow. Bus shows so y'all can find out about this peanut warden that was always giving me all these problems. Till tomorrow. See you guys later. Let me get out so I can go to work. Peace. Stay safe.